In this video, we are going to look at the best way to access the dark web using your machine. So the dark web is a hidden layer of the internet, accessible only through specialized tools like the Tor browser. So Tor uses something we call the onion routing, which encrypts your data and bounces it through multiple relays to hide your identity and location. This anonymity shields users from search engines, law enforcement, and prying eyes. As a result, the dark web hosts everything from illicit marketplaces, selling drugs, stolen data, and more, to legitimate spaces for whistleblowers, activists, and people seeking private communication. This guide will walk you through the process of installing Whonix on your VirtualBox in an easy to follow manner and to show you the best settings to set up when you are navigating through the dark web. So Whonix is a security focused operating system designed for anonymous browsing through the Tor network, and it officially supports VirtualBox, making it an excellent choice for those seeking to enhance privacy and an excellent option for those who want to work in a sandbox environment. Those who are new to the Tor and the dark web concept, I'm going to explain what Tor is and how it works. So if you're familiar with those concepts, you can skip to the next part whereby we are setting up the environment. So for those who don't know what Tor is, so Tor in short stands for the Onion Router, and it's a free and open source software that lets you browse the internet anonymously. So when you use Tor, your internet traffic is encrypted and it's passed through a series of volunteers running servers before reaching its destination. This makes it extremely difficult for anyone to trace your online activities back to you. On my browser, I'm going to go to the Whonix website. So you're going to search Whonix on your browser, and then you're going to select the first link. On the Whonix webpage, you can click on the download button. Then you're going to scroll down where we have virtual machines. You can see it supports a variety of virtual machines. So for our case, we are going to use VirtualBox. So select VirtualBox. Then we are going to scroll down to where we have download Whonix VirtualBox stable. So make sure you select that, and then you'll wait for this counter, then click download. The other tool we are going to need is the VirtualBox application. So go to the VirtualBox website, then click on download. Make sure you select the platform that you are using. So you have Windows, Mac OS, and Linux distribution. And also ensure that you download the VirtualBox extension pack. So when you are done downloading your Whonix OVA image, you're going to open your VirtualBox program, assuming that you have already installed the extension packs. Then you're going to click on file, then you're going to say import appliance. Then you're going to select the file option where we have this folder and select the location of your Whonix OVA image. So I've selected mine. I'm going to say finish. Then I'm going to agree to these terms and conditions. So you can see we have the two machines. We have the Whonix gateway and then Workstation. So the XFCE at the end is the desktop environment. So it's usually lightweight. That's why we are able to run them on virtual machine. Okay, so there are some changes we are going to need to make on both machines before we start. So we'll start with the gateway because it's the one that will allow us to connect to the Tor network. So depending on the capacity of your machine, so the minimum requirement is 2 GB of RAM for each machine, but you can go up to 4 GB, which is the recommended. So on the system settings, make sure you have 4 GB of RAM, minimum 2 GB. Then on the processors, you can have 2 cores. Then on the network, which is very important, make sure that the first adapter, we have the NAT network, make sure it's NAT. So to allow our virtual machine to connect to the internet and allow us to use the Tor network. Then in the adapter 2, make sure it's attached to internal network, and the network name is Whonix. So this one was created when we imported our OVA image of Whonix. So it also created an internal network. So I'm going to say okay. Then we can start the Whonix gateway. Then maybe we can do the same configuration for our workstation. So I'm going to say settings. Then we go to system. So I can allocate 4 GB of RAM also. Then for the processor, since this is the machine that we are going to use to access the Tor browser, I can leave it to 3, but the minimum you can go with 2 core CPUs. So I'll just go with 3. Then on the network, make sure that the first adapter is internal network, okay? Internal network, then make sure it's Whonix. So you don't need to put NAT because it's going to get internet access from your gateway workstation. So we're going to say okay. So I'm going to wait for the Whonix gateway workstation to start, and then maybe we can do some few configuration also inside the machine. So after it has booted up, you're going to be presented by these 2 screens. So one is the system maintenance panel, then the other one is the Whonix setup wizard. So on the wizard, we are being told that the default username is user, then we don't have a password, then auto login has been enabled. So it's not going to require for a username and a password. So I'm going to say okay. So before we start using it, we need to update this particular machine. We need to update it to make sure that it's on the latest version. So we can either use the system maintenance panel. Okay, can use this. So I'm going to say install updates. So it's going to check for updates, and then it will ask you, do you like to continue? So type Y, then enter, so that it can update our system. So on our Whonix gateway, our updates are done installing, and we can see it by this message here that command exited with code 0. So it means that the update command was successful and there are no errors. That's why we're able to see this 0, and you might close the terminal window. So I can close the terminal window, and then on this system maintenance panel, I want you to select the unknown connection wizard. Is the one that we are going to use to start our Tor connection. This pop-up is going to appear that will enable us to connect to the Tor network. So make sure it's on the connect, and then you can see we have configure and then disable Tor. So make sure it's on the connect so that we can connect to the Tor network. So next, and then it's going to tell us Tor will be enabled. Then we are going to say next. As we wait for it to connect to the Tor network, you can see I'm inside my Whonix workstation. There is a pop-up that will appear telling you about updates. So make sure you click that pop-up, then it's going to update. So after connecting to the Tor network, you should get this pop-up connected to Tor network. Then we have the Tor control panel. When I click on that, we should be able to have a panel telling us about the status of our Tor network. You can see right now we are connected to the Tor network. So I'll jump back to my gateway, not gateway, the workstation, and you're going to click up here to open this browser. So it's to browse the internet using the Tor network. So I'll come here. This is the default home page when you open that browser. So you can see Whonix, welcome to privacy, and then we have all this documentation. You can see up here, I still have updates. Okay, so you are going to need to update that. So for me, I will just keep it for now because I already updated it. Then you are going to say IP checks. Then it's going to check if your connection is reaching the workstation. You can see, congratulations, this browser is configured to use Tor. We can try visiting one Onion link website. So I'll open a new tab, then I'm going to say hidden wiki. Okay, so this is a a website that will give you links to some of the websites that you can visit on using the Tor network. Okay, so we have this first part. You can see the Tor network is a bit slow compared to the normal network because of those relays that we talked about. Okay, this is not the website I was looking for. So this website usually end with a .onion link or .onion extension instead of .com or those other types of extensions, .org, .com, .site. We don't have that when it comes to the Tor hidden services. So we usually have .onion, then we have different versions of the onion links. We call them onion links. You can see them here. So I don't know if I can increase the screen size. Yeah. You can see all these are onion links, and these are different sites that you can find on the dark web. So I'm just going to pick one that will not make this video being taken down. So for example, you can see we have different categories. I'm looking for a simple link. Okay, so you can see these are what we are calling onion links. So you can see it's a link with random characters, and then at the end it has onion. So maybe I can visit the Whonix website on the dark web, and then it's going to open that page. And then you can see we are inside the Whonix website, inside the dark web or the Tor hidden services. So you can use Hidden Wiki to visit different websites that are listed there. So disclaimer, make sure that you don't download anything from these Tor hidden services, because they might contain malware that when introduced to your system, it might compromise your system. You can now safely browse the internet with maximum anonymity. Not only the internet, you can also access different onion links using this particular setup. Then for those onion links, they can't open on normal browsers unless that particular browser supports the Tor services. For example, Brave has that feature for supporting the Tor services. Apart from the Tor browser, also Brave supports the Tor services. So you can also use Brave with the Tor services, but I would recommend to use the virtual machine that we have created here, the Whonix virtual environment, because it's much safer compared to just using your Brave browser. You can now safely browse the dark web with maximum anonymity and security. So be cautious while using the dark web. Avoid downloading unknown files or entering any personal information. And then if you need, you can change your Tor circuit by restarting the browser, and then you're going to be given a new identity. Enjoy your secure browsing with Whonix, and I will catch you in the next video.